welcome in to Running Miles with Congenital Heart Disease. This is episode 4, and I'm the host, Josh. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to talk a little bit about technology, and just wanted to go over what I did last week. So last week, did my long run, did 20 miles, and felt great. Got record times, I use a Garmin watch, and it kind of tells me the distance of how far I'm running. So it just gave me all kinds of records, but it was kind of strange because I thought I had the watch when I ran a marathon last time, which would have been the farthest that I ran. But the watch said this was the farthest I ran. So that was kind of strange. I really thought I had the watch before I ran that marathon. Anyways, let's see. So, I haven't eaten cheese in about 2 weeks, and well, I don't know if I like that. Cheese is awesome. So, and during training this week, going up the hills, I still kind of had to catch my breath in a sense, like not enough oxygen, I guess. So, don't know if it is the cheese or not, but it wasn't as bad for sure. But I don't know. I will hold off on eating it for a little bit more, but I might work it back in. Just maybe I don't eat as much. After the marathon, of course, but also, this podcast is after this marathon. It's just, you're just going to go up from there. So with the mileage as, training for 100K. So yeah, it's going to get harder, not easier. So, and it's going to get colder. So it just snaps like in a blink. Now it's like really cool outside, which is nice right now, but eventually I'm going to have to start wearing gloves and a hat and coat because it's going to get freezing outside. So, yeah. But, anyways, I think Saturday did 20 miles, felt good, got it in 4 hours. So it was about, 12 minutes a mile, which is pretty good. I think if I can complete that, I'll be done with the marathon in 5 hours, 12 minutes or something. So that'd be pretty good. That would be a PR. Let's see. This week it is raining. I don't want to be running in the rain. So I'm moving my long run up, and I'll be doing that in the morning because I have some kids. I have to sacrifice sleep. So I'm going to do my long run. No excuses, right? So I'll probably do my long run from 1:30 to 5:30 in the morning, and hopefully get some kind of nap in, not a long nap. And yeah, Saturday is gonna be pouring. I think there's a hurricane coming, and I could do it on Sunday, but I think it's still gonna be a little bit raining. Just get it out of the way, I guess. So, and I might do 21. Was planning on 20, but might do 21, and then I plan on next week, following that week, just do like maybe a half, maybe 13 miles, 14 miles, and then next week after that week would be the marathon. So, yeah, it's getting close. So, technology. I would say my favorite thing to use. Now, I have a Garmin watch, right? I have the 255, I think. Maybe it's 355. But it's it can play Amazon Music, but I don't have an Amazon account, and it's through Bluetooth, and it just drained too fast because I'm too slow of a runner. And you have to charge the headphones. So I kind of like the corded headphones. I know it's old school. Let's see. So I don't use that. I use the iPod Nano 8th generation or 7th generation. They're both the same, just different software. You know, it's I just have all my old Apple Music, and can listen to podcasts on there, can listen to books, and it seems like it stores a lot for just a 16 gig or 8 gig. So that's what I use, and I can put the headphones to it so it doesn't drain the headphones. Now it did have a sporting, it has a sporting mode with it, but I found out in my training that it is not accurate. So it's off by like 6 miles or 7 miles. So you think you're faster than you are with that thing. At least mine, maybe yours works great, but mine was bad. So that's why I had to get the Garmin watch. Now you could get the Apple Watch. I know that's pretty neat now. They make them where you can just leave your phone at home and you can make phone calls. You have GPS. It has the music on it. But once again, you have to get the Bluetooth headphones, which maybe not bad. They have the iPhone 5S, which is 3G, so it won't work anymore. As AT&T and some other big shots cut the cord on the 3G. So if you want a phone that's small, I find the smallest phone that has 5G would be the Apple 12 mini. So if you wanted a phone, that way you can call, listen to music, do the GPS, actually listen to YouTube if you want to find a book off of there, listen to podcasts. Because if you're running for 4 hours, 5 hours, if you're starting to train for an ultra and you're running for like 6 hours, 7 hours, I mean, you got to get excited about something to listen to, because then you just, I don't know, for me, I just feel like I'm wasting my time. So you want to do 2 at once, right? So just get a good book that can help you improve your life, something to listen to, yeah. So I'd say the iPhone 12 mini has the 5G, and I'd say that's a good one. It's the smallest phone I think you can get with 5G. There is some small phones out there with the, but they got the 3G. And then there's some small phones I looked off of Amazon, but they're all like, you have to read the fine print, and they're all like 3G. So it's just like, well, what's the point of having that phone then if it's 3G, right? Is then it's just like the iPod 8th generation, right? And the iPod 8th generation is much smaller than these things off of Amazon. The iPod 5th generation has a camera, which is nice. You can play the music, but the camera sucks. The video recording sucks. It's like 480p, right? And then the iPod 6th generation is pretty good. But yeah, if I was going with the iPod, I'd definitely probably get the the 8th. It's just you don't have a camera, right? So you can't take pictures of your run if you wanted to. So, I mean, to me, I think maybe the best choice would be the iPhone 12 mini. That way you could take pictures of your race or take pictures of your training videos, you know. It's just nice to see where you're at sometimes. But if you guys have any new technologies that I don't listen that helped you or that's great, just leave it in the comments. I'd love to know some more technology. I know that the Samsung, I think the S4 or something's really small, but I think it's 3G. So I know Samsung came out with some small ones when Apple came out with some small ones with the iPhone 5 and the iPhone 5S. I think Samsung had the 4S. But once again, you know, it's going to have the 3G network, and that doesn't work. So you got to find a small phone with the 5G. Even if you go with the 4G, right, the LT, I don't know. You know, maybe you don't get service there in the mountains or wherever you're at, but with the 5G you would. So I definitely recommend the 5G, you know, to get better coverage if you're running. Now, if you're going with the Apple Watch, I don't know if it can take pictures. So I'd have to research that. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so I quickly looked it up. Now I know Apple has tons of generations of the watch, but anyways, what I looked up, I didn't see anything where Apple Watch has a camera. Looked like it could take pictures, but it would be from your phone or something. So you wouldn't have your phone with you. You just have the Apple Watch. So, I mean, to me, I'd want something that takes pictures, you know. So that's why, you know, it would definitely be the iPhone 12 mini. You know, smaller the better, I say, for technology, at least. I would say once again, the Apple 5 generation has the camera, but it's just really bad quality. I'd probably skip over that device, not get it. Even though it's really compact, it's just really bad. I used it, it's really bad. So, yeah. So I hope that helps. I'll put in the listing or in the comments of what I did for training this week. I had to change things up, and I know you guys, when you're training, you know, sometimes you have prior commitments that you have to attend to on Saturdays or Sundays or Fridays. You just have to change your schedule around a little bit. You know, maybe you miss some days running, but you definitely don't want to make a narc on your long runs. You need to definitely do your long runs. So if you miss some days, hey, that's fine. Get some extra sleep. You know, rest is good as running, I would say. So if you do skip some running, get some sleep and relax. But just make sure you get on your long run every week. You know, those are very important to log those in because your body's getting used to that, right? So when you're doing your marathon, I don't think it's going to be so hard because your body's going to be adapted to those long runs, and you should enjoy it, you know, instead of about to, you know, pass out or something. So, yeah. All right. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope this can help you with some technology. Yeah, just leave in the comments what you use and how you find it. And happy running.